What up, what up, what up? How y'all doing? This is Moore's house, my very first video. And, man, I think we're going to start out with a doozy. I just heard about an hour ago that Showtime just did an exclusive deal with Bellator to hold all their fights in the United States, or broadcast their fights in the United States. And it got me thinking, is Showtime done with boxing? Just like they were, like HBO was done with boxing? Is that what happened? Because I'm assuming it's a pretty big investment, and off the top of my head, I can't think of any big fights that Showtime has had. All the big fights, Al Heyman brought them to Fox, like Spence and Wilder, the big guns. And I think even Pacquiao and Thurman was on Fox, if I'm not mistaken. And it's like, what do we do? If you're a boxing fan, this sucks, because you want as many networks pushing the sport. We need that. For a while, I thought boxing was on the verge of breaking through again, like it's the 80s. I mean, we had UFC in a tough spot. McGregor lost. They really don't have any big names. Ronda Rousey left. John Jones can't stay out of trouble. So it's like the UFC is kind of came down a peg or two. And with everything that the UK promoters are doing, what Al Heyman's doing, involved with Showtime and Fox, Top Rank, ESPN, I thought we were climbing the ladder there. And that's what I was hoping. But it got me thinking, why is Showtime investing in MMA? They did years and years ago with smaller organizations. So I'm assuming that wasn't that big of an investment. That's why they could do it back then. I think it was like Elite XC or something like that. I can't remember exactly what the name of the league was, but so you gotta ask yourself, why did Showtime invest in Bellator? Why didn't they go with boxing? That's the first thing that came to my mind immediately. I was like, why would they go and do that? Why wouldn't they just stick with boxing? But they made that decision, and it's a tough pill to swallow. And I'm wondering if Wilder's loss to Fury was a big part of that. Because Wilder's last couple fights, I believe, were on Fox. Maybe the Brazil one, the Brazil fight was on Showtime. I could be wrong, but maybe now that Wilder's lost, Steve Espinosa is thinking to himself, well, we weren't getting the big fights anyway, and now we don't even have a chance to get the big fights. Because if PBC, the biggest fights that they could make would probably be Canelo Charlo Triple G, Spence Crawford. But you have to think to yourself, Al Heyman's just going to put him on Fox. So I'm thinking this might be the end of Showtime boxing. It just took them a couple years after HBO to realize that, hey, it's over for the time being. And that's tough because, like I said, more people invested in boxing, the sport I love, the better. And it's just too bad. So I read the article on MMA Junkie, and I saw an interview with Scott Croker, the president or the owner, with Gareth A. Davis from the UK. So And as I was watching that interview, I was thinking to myself, no, Showtime can't be done. And the more I think about it, who do they have? They can put on smaller fights, but I mean, you got to make money. If you're going to make an investment, you have to make money. And putting on them mid-level fights on Showtime, even if it's not pay-per-view, where do you get the money? There ain't much there. So I think Showtime, unfortunately, I think you guys are done. But like I said, brand new channel, Moore's House. My first video. Please like and subscribe. And the bell thing, the notification, whatever that thing does, click on that. I guess I'm supposed to say that. So, like and subscribe. First video, new channel. All the subscribers I can get is going to be a huge help. And hopefully, as my audience grows, I can start going live and interacting with the people who subscribe on my channel. But for now, taking things slow. And yeah, this is my first video. And going to be many more coming. I got a lot of things to get off my chest as far as the sport of boxing, sports in general, betting, you name it. I'm going to talk about it, but 90% boxing. Yeah, there's a lot I got to get off my chest, especially Wilder and Fury, especially the LDBC fangirls. I'm going to be watching, and I'm going to be responding. Holla at your boy, Moore's House. Peace.